Hello traders, welcome to this update on the euro dollar and pound dollar. My name is Chris from Elite Currency. We're going to take a look at the second part of this week. First of all, the euro dollar. We're getting a bullish bounce, and that was expected in my view because price is testing the 144 EMA. And unless price breaks through, I would say this trend line or just a horizontal level as well here at 118.25, we're in bullish territory still. A break below 118.25, however, could send this lower. In that case, we're going to see an extension towards probably these fib targets here. I would say probably even down to 117.50, maybe even 117, and we would see a bearish continuation. For the moment, that doesn't seem likely though, and we're getting a pretty strong bullish bounce already. Unfortunately, I'm making this video already a little bit late, because I was already bullish in this area here at 118.40. It's moved already 20-30 pips. But reason is really because of the 144 EMA holding as support. We got multiple fractals. We need really a clear break below the fractal that is below the 144 EMA, like this one, before we can expect bears to take control. So that's why this was still a likely bouncing spot, because of the head and shoulders pattern here, inverted one. And ultimately, it looks like a triangle A, B, C completed, and now we're back in the upside. So to me, it looked like a retracement for upside. We also had clear breaks above the 20 EMA, price riding above the 20 EMA. This was a retest of the 20 EMA zone. Now, of course, as I said, if it breaks, this will probably turn out to be a fractal below the 20 EMA. So if it breaks through that, well, this 4-hour candle needs to close first. But once this 4-hour candle closes, then it will be a fractal here, a support fractal. And of course, if price goes through that, yes, then we should see that downside. We can put a fib on this swing from here to here, like that. And as I said, we can expect price to go to these fibs. Ultimately, I think 117.50 is a good target, but it could go down even further to minus 161.8 target at 117 if we get that break below this level. So that is possible. For the moment, though, we're in bounce territory because of the price being above the 21 EMA. And as I said on Monday here, price is respecting the 20 EMA, so likely to continue higher. It did that. It did do that for about 65 pips, but now we saw the retracement. I think that target is still open. Yeah, this is still a good moment. I think this is all bullish territory, in my view, with aiming at 119.50, maybe even up to 120. A break above this top, we could see a continuation higher. To 119.40 for the moment. 119.50 I think is the first target to think about, really. So there's still okay space for that trade to the upside, in my view. So that could happen soon, and I think that looks like a good breakout for the euro dollar. Now, as I mentioned on Monday, be careful of the head and shoulders level. So with 6 and the 119.50 could really be it. There could be a head and shoulders reversal chart pattern. So it depends on how price responds to 119.50. If there's a flag and then a break, it's going up for more probably. But if there's a flag and a break below support, there could be a reversal. Or if there is a push up and a strong close and reverse, all of that could indicate that a head and shoulders is taking place and a reversal is around the corner. Not a maybe a massive reversal, but some retracement at least. To go back down and test support again. And this could ultimately then just be, for those that like wave patterns, an A, B, and a C within the uptrend. This was an ABC here within a blue ABC within the red B with a blue A here. This is an ABC within B blue like this, and then the blue C up to complete red B for those that like waves. The red ABC could complete some type of wave 4, and then the uptrend, I suspect, could eventually continue. So looking bullish, but for the moment, 119.50 and maybe more, but 119.50 is definitely be very careful, I think, in my view, with that level. But yeah, it could be more. I mean, depends on the break. If it pushes through 119.50, of course, then there could also be more upside available. A push through 119.50, we might see follow through to 120, as I said, and maybe even 121 on this daily chart. So that's possible, but clear break of above 119.50 is needed. All right, pound USD. is making that upside, as we said on Monday, then expected a bounce roughly at the WIS 7 to build a higher low. That's also what happened. We got a bounce indeed for a higher low and moving up. Now it's challenging the 21 EMA, and I think it will break. It hasn't broken yet, but I think it will. I think that a break above this this high here on Fractal at 129.25-ish will confirm the ABC pattern we already mentioned on Monday, and I think we should see price move up like that towards the long-term moving averages and maybe further. So far, I think that, yeah, for downside, I would probably, yeah, we would need to see a break below the fractals here at 128.40 and or both 128.10-ish. That could be downside trades as well with that. But I wouldn't expect too much if there is a downside break. I think that price is already quite extended lower and maybe just a small lower low here at 127.25, maybe just 127.50 again. I don't know. There's not a lot of space there. Maybe on an intraday time frame, like a 15-minute chart, if we get a breakout here on the 4-hour chart. On the 50-minute world, there could be some small push down. I don't expect that, though. I don't think that the bearish break will happen. I think that this support will hold here. I think that this was a wave A. We had a ABC finished B like this, and I think we're going up for C. I suspect that we'll get the break. And if we get the break, let's zoom in. Where could wave C go? Well, let's put a fib from here to here for the moment on this smaller swing. And 130-ish, I think, 130.25-ish could be a target to think about. It could go up to even 131. So 130 and 131, I think, for the moment. Let's put it on the bigger fib from here to here. And I guess we get about the same targets, yes. So those are the main targets for the moment. Yeah, I think that this high is at 129.26. So if price starts to push through 129.40, it should be fine for that breakout towards I would aim probably at 130.35 for almost 100 pips. And I don't think that price should, once it makes the breakout, price should not get back into this zone because this is becomes a support zone. So I don't think it should break below. Let's say I think in my view 128.60. I think it shouldn't get there anymore. Once it pushes above 129.40, let me say it this way. So I don't know, that's my 2 cents. In the bigger picture, that's a potential breakout for wave C. In the bigger picture, though, we're looking at a hefty downside here, but a bounce at the 144 EMA. So yeah, it's a tough spot. I think this downside looks more like either a wave A of a triangle or a wave A of a zigzag with a B. So it looks like there's space to the upside. I think ultimately, maybe up to this head and shoulders level here or here. So I think there is space for a bounce. Let me say it this way. But once it reaches that zone, it could make a bounce back down. So something like this. Let me use my drawing tool. So maybe an upside, a flag, then an upside, then a bounce like this to either make a zigzag. It depends. If it's a triangle, then it will go further. Then it should go up to the 78.6 fib if it's a triangle. If it's a zigzag, it can stop at any of these medium fibs like the 38.50 and 61.8 fib. So it depends it really depends a little bit on how the breakout happens. As you can see, that's why I'm aiming also for 130.35. The 38.2 fib, I think, is a main zone, plus with the moving averages. So we'll have to see how price, this is the breakout right there to the 38. Then we'll have to see how price responds here. If it's a strong close in reverse and starts breaking below the 20 EMA, it's an ABC zigzag. If it makes a flag, more upside towards these fibs. If there's a bearish bounce here, it's more still a zigzag. But if it pushes up higher, then it's starting to more look like a triangle pattern in total. All right, so yeah, that's my 2 cents. We'll be back next week. Wish you all good trading. By the way, more EAs are coming. This month we're adding 2 more EAs. We already have, of course, Ultim EA, Zeus EA, but 2 more EAs are coming. So stay in touch and in tune. We got a more riskier EA actually being launched and a less risky EA. So we have the highest risk and the lowest risk EA, from our judgment at least, being launched probably in September, later in the next 2 weeks. So keep an eye on our website and emails for more info on that. And see you soon. Cheers.